1,700, So I think we have he's the best coach in the world. He's here. He's a big fan.
He can't hear us.
Can't hear us yet.
Absolutely.
Well, let's make some more noise when he comes.
I'll give him.
Nasser.
Now, who is the journalist?
Yes.
Oh my God! Hello, guys.
The best coach, guys.
We meet again, sir. We meet again.
Guys, what he did, the coach, honestly, he did revolution in football. Not only Paris Saint-Germain, but in football. What he done, what he believe in. I mean, I'm so proud of him, and he's really the best coach in the world.
Amen. Congratulations.
Now we are very happy, excited. How are you?
We are so good. We're so happy that you're here because there was a period in time where we felt like we had lost your friendship, and that concerned us. So we're gonna allow Jamie to address it.
Lewis, I would like to apologise for my behaviour in Dortmund in the semi-final. I had a Dortmund scarf on, but as we all know, sometimes when we've had a few drinks, we get a little bit carried away. So I apologise. We absolutely loved your team, what they did last year, and you've been an absolute joy to watch for the last 2 years in the Champions League. And congratulations for making the final again.
you.
Well done, sir.
Yes.
Thank you. You don't have to apologize. We are so happy. It's normal because I think it was a difficult season. I don't remember we could play with the starting lineup in the Champions League during the whole season. It doesn't happen, and I think that shows the character of the personality of our players, and it's so nice to have him here in Paris Saint-Germain with the president, with the sporting director Luis Campos, and with all the players.
It's Thierry. I wanted first and foremost to tell you something. I was touched by obviously what happened in Barcelona. You know it, you lived it, you coached there. And to see what happened Tuesday, Total Football, I was very happy about it. And the way I learned how to play football in Barcelona changed my view of the game. And I know you are the same. But I wanted to say something. What you did today tactically, because Mendes took a yellow card early, the way you were brave to defend a 3v3 at the back, and the work of Ryan Zaire-Emery going inside every time, creating an overload on and off the ball because you couldn't risk it on the other side with Nuno Mendes and not having Hakimi. What you come with sometimes with your tactic is second to none. Everybody shines in it. Can you explain how you came with that idea tonight?
Well, I think we defended very well first match, even if we conceded 4 goals. But small details. It was difficult because Nuno was with the problem and with Olis to do 1 against 1, and we try to defend with the collaboration, because when you play against that kind of players, it's difficult to go again 1 against 1. We try to do that, but I think in the first half, Fabian helps a lot Nuno, and we could keep our defense. I think to win or to draw that match, you need to do a very high-level defense match and also in attack, because if the best way to defend a match is trying to attack, and we scored the goal that gave us a little bit of calm, but we suffer a lot. We could defend in a way that normally we don't do, and yeah, I think it's for me a joy to have that kind of players and being in that club.
Lewis, again, I know I apologised earlier on. I'm going to apologise again. But I know the night before the game in Budapest, you will be obviously very focused with your game. But at CBS, we have a party the night before the game. So, and if he wants to come to the party, I understand. Listen, if you want to relax yourself,
of course,
you can come. But I understand you have a big game.
No, I am not going there, but you can invite Mikel Arteta. I think he deserves to go the day before with you.
So good.
Bye-bye.
We're so
Thank you.
grateful for
Okay,
your time.
guys.
Thank you so much.
Nice to see you.
God bless you.
Bye.
Well done.
We're friends again.
Yes,
Wow.
all is well with the world now. So good.
Oh, he's so cool, isn't he?
Yes, very cool. How was your platter? Was it good?
Yeah, it
Seemed
was,
to polish it
very
off.
Last long, did it?
No.
Do we what?
Do we have anyone else who was not on side with our team? Luis Enrique was the only one. I think we felt like we needed to reel him back
Well, we've
in.
never spoke to him.
Kylian Mbappe.
Kylian Mbappe.
We need
It'll have to
him.
be next year.
Yep.
Welcome back
To
welcome
Micah's
back,
picnic.
Kate, before you go any further, who's the only person who chose in their brackets
Oh, God.
the Champions League final?
It's about time he won.
PSG, Arsenal.
I don't know. Tell
Can
us,
we just
Jamie.
have a little look?
It's about time he won one.
Yes. Look at that.
Arsenal PSG. Wow. So you are top of the table.
Jamie, well done.
Congrats.
Kate, you were so close.
Picked Arsenal to win as
You
well.
were close, Kate.
I was, but not.
You said Arsenal to win, and what
Close,
did you say,
but
Jamie?
not
I didn't
enough.
see. Who
I
was
said
it?
Arsenal to
You
win.
said as well, yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, should we have a look at the league table, Kate?
Yes, go on.
Come on. Whoa!
I am. Oh.
And we're going to celebrate that
okay
on the
with
night
it.
before on my big night as well.
In a Budapest
What happened
nightclub.
to Nico?
Yes.
What happened
Find
to
us
Look at
there.
the people who speak the most are at the bottom.
Nico shouldn't be involved anymore. Nico's
Nico
lost
and
the right
Game
to
are at the bottom and they've
participate.
got the most to say. How does that
Nico's
work?
coming to the final, apparently. Is he? Okay. What'd you say?
I said it. I said it twice already.
What?
The people who speak the most are at the bottom of the table.
Oh, well.
Shut
Still
fire.
love Nico, though.
Does Nico come to the final?
Apparently,
Does he?
yes. What's he doing at the final?
Talking?
We're not sure.
Just there.
Beckham and friends.
To go to your party?
Yes.
Anybody been to Budapest before?
No.
Go ahead.
Yeah,
You stay up.
my friend from Boston, Mike Gordon,
Okay.
and he funded my film company when I was like 25, broke me in, and then like crazy, he just
Not a bad team to support. To be
Yeah.
fair.
Didier Drogba is why I fell in love with the game.
Didier Drogba got me into football originally.
That
Yeah.
I understand. He
Yeah.
was an
Wasn't he
outstanding player.
Amazing, right?
Yes,
Yeah.
yes, for
But
sure.
who was your hero when you were little?
Well, it depends. I had Marius Trésor. I don't know if you know, but he was from Guadeloupe. He was, the
You know him, don't you?
he was the hero of my dad. So obviously the hero of my dad will automatically be my hero. Then obviously I had Platini, Tigana, and that French team. But Marco van Basten was my guy.
Who I didn't know till I worked with David, and
Marco van Basten was my guy.
Incredible.
Yes,
Incredible.
Everything a 9 needs to have.
Yes. Yeah. Wow. Well, and I'm also good friends with your friend Ezra. Yeah, Ezra and I, we were neighbors in Brooklyn for, until I moved to London for a minute, but yeah.
Hey, what about you? Micah, what are you doing there?
No, come on. If anyone, I would have given my seat. I mean, we have some people try to take my seat, but no one can take my seat.
Micah wants to be an
We
actor.
always said we always wanted to be
Micah wants to be an
Champions
actor.
League winners,
That's what he
didn't
told
we?
me.
In which movie? Where do you see him? Where do you see him?
I could see him in a Guy Ritchie movie easily.
Really?
Yeah?
Yeah, we should introduce him to Guy, David.
Oh, he did?
did last year.
A year ago.
It didn't work out.
We can do the remake of the first Friday. You remember Friday? He can be Debo.
That's not a compliment.
Debo is coming.
No, man. No, but we had fun. We had fun. It was nice there.
So it's, I guess, to some extent, it's Arsenal versus PSG in the final.
It is.
Yeah, but he
I know
played
he's not
he played
really-
with so many teams that at one point he can be any team in the final.
That's true. That's true.
What do you think?
It's a big game.
No, look. By the way, on the night, the best team won, even from Paris, and so they went about it a different way today. Like what you saw last Tuesday is two teams that were trying to win a game, and I was trying to say that before you arrived, that we saw tonight a team that didn't want to lose a tie anymore.
Yes.
The way they went about it, Paris Saint-Germain, and what Luis Enrique offered, because you have Nuno Mendes taking a yellow card early doors into the game. You have to defend on Michael Olise. You don't have Hakimi. So suddenly, how are you going to defend and how are you going to come out? So what did they do? You will see it. We don't want to talk about it. Nuno Mendes stayed. They built in the free. Warren Zaire-Emery, now on the ball and off the ball, was giving them the overload inside. And what Luis Enrique offered there, staying in a 3v3 at the back with Bayern Munich. Yes, he was brave a different way. It wasn't so much about total football, but he was brave with the way he went about it, with the shape of the team. And he got his reward.
Were you hopeful for more from Bayern?
I always felt PSG were a level above Bayern in the first game. I was almost surprised how well Bayern played in the first game. Yeah, but let's not forget at one stage it was 5-2.
Yeah.
To PSG. So I think they probably shot themselves in the foot a little bit. But when you look at the middle of midfield, and obviously, David, you know that position better than any of us. I mean, when you look at Vitinha in that, Neves in there, I mean, I went back a few years and it almost reminds me a little bit of that Barcelona midfield.
Yeah.
That's how, the real quality in there, isn't it?
I mean, they controlled the midfield, as simple as that. And when you control the midfield, then it's, it's, when you said, did you expect more from Bayern? PSG just controlled the game. It's like what Thierry just said. They controlled the game. It was a team that didn't want to lose the tie, and that's how they played. And I think when you control certain parts of the pitch, it's hard to break through.
In terms of the final now, how do you expect Arsenal to play PSG?
Thierry?
Hey, listen, I woke up with a smile this morning. I said it, 20 years for us to go in our only second final. And then being in a situation to compete for the league, and it looks like we might. Again, I'll stay in my lane. But, it's 22 years in the league, 20 years to go back in the final. I woke up with a smile. I don't know. I would like to think, although we still didn't lose in Europe, we didn't concede a lot of goals. That counts for something. But Paris Saint-Germain will have the experience, obviously, of knowing what it is to win it. And when you cross that line, you don't have the fear of winning anymore. Sometimes the fear of winning, I always say, is bigger than the fear of losing. So hopefully we're going to go there, be brave, but we have to beat and battle against the champions. And that won't be easy. We know that.
Are you nervous?
I think, I'm usually okay, but I think I will be nervous in that final. Yes, I will be, because they're about to do something that I couldn't do myself. And because I'm an Arsenal fan, that's all you want. You want your team to win. I want to experience it. I didn't experience it as a player. The second thing I can experience it as is a fan. So hopefully it's gonna happen. But when you see the way Paris Saint-Germain played tonight, they can kill you in both styles. They can kill you on the ball, scoring more goals than you. And they can also neutralize you, and obviously it was 1-1 because Harry Kane scored. They can also beat you like that, although they didn't win on the game, but you understand what I'm saying. So they have everything that they need to have, but we've been pretty resilient, difficult to score against. We don't over-create, but when we do create, we end up putting the ball in the back of the net. So different style, if you can say. Let's see who's going to win that one.
How proud was you seeing the fans the way they were in that stadium last night?
Listen, I never saw the Emirates like that, or I didn't see Highbury like that in Europe. We have to be honest, and we all know you guys played in some big stadium that sometimes, as we call it in France, the 12th man, which is the crowd, will bring you places in Europe. But I have to say, when, and I'm sure it's the same way, I was happy for the Arsenal nation. I was happy for Mikel Arteta. I was happy for Bukayo Saka. I tried to make him talk yesterday, be emotional, but he went back into the seriousness. If you play, you're on the field, you're not going to start to talk about your struggle and everything, which I understand. I would have done the same thing, but because I'm here, I wanted to make people understand that it's not easy to be there. And I wanted to be there. Obviously, I had a job to do, but who was there? My kids. And for a very long time, those guys were looking at me and said, why did you do that to us, to support Arsenal? Why that? And I'm like, what do you mean, why that? You got to support your team. And for the first time yesterday, when I waited for them at breakfast, they came and they had a bigger smile than me. So amazing. I was like, you see, it can happen. Okay, we waited a long time. By the way, nothing still happened.
Right. Yeah.
Understand me well. Let's not, get too carried away. We are in the final. I'm over the moon about that. But then you don't want to lose the final, because I still have it here. I still have nightmares about it. And, so I'm sure you guys remember final that you lost. It's not easy to digest overall. But look, it looks like we are okay at the minute. Let's see what we're going to do against West Ham. But to see the joy on the face of my kids was priceless. And he punished them, but it wasn't enough.
Harry Kane is one of those players I always feel sad for when you see him kind of miss out on a big opportunity, like going to the Champions League final like this. You too, obviously, Jamie.
Yeah, I do. And listen, football's a team game. And listen, I think on here we've all been fortunate to win trophies, but you need your teammates. You need help. You need to help them. They need to help you. But there's no doubt he's I think I said last week, He's one of the greatest players we've ever produced in England. But unfortunately, for one reason or another, he's never won the biggest trophy that you can win in club football. He played a final with Tottenham, which is almost a great achievement to get to the final with Tottenham, no disrespect. But you go to Bayern Munich to win the Champions League. And I think he's been in 2 semi-finals now. Or certainly a couple of years ago, one at Real Madrid, very unlucky.
World Cup final, Euro final.
Yeah, exactly. He just doesn't seem to have got across the line, and we all need a little bit of luck in certain games to do that. And I think he's been very unfortunate. And I actually was thinking today, with Arsenal going through, was it almost made for the first time he wins his first big trophy? That's against Arsenal, his biggest rivals, because they've probably always rammed that down his throat a little bit, haven't they? You know, that rivalry. But no, listen. I mean, listen, I think about this. When you think of great English strikers, you think of sort of Harry Kane, Gary Lineker and Alan Shearer. And Gary Lineker and Alan Shearer are probably similar in some ways, and they don't have the goal-scoring record's amazing. As I said, probably England's 3 best strikers along with Wayne Rooney.
Yeah, Rooney.
But trophies to go with it, but they always do their job and get the goals. And Harry Kane's the same. And I just hope he does do it. I do. He deserves it for what he's given to the game, not just in England, but for his country. And also going to Germany now, he's been a revelation, hasn't he?
Do you remember going into the Champions League final last season? I don't exactly remember how we thought, but I feel like PSG were probably favoured against Inter Milan, but I don't think anybody thought that we would see a 5-0 scoreline. Is there any chance that we could see PSG take apart Arsenal the way they did to Inter Milan?
No,
I'm just asking the question.
I think
Arsenal are just way too defensively stable. Yeah.
I think it's too strong defensively, too well organised. I don't ever see anybody taking Arsenal to the cleaners. They haven't lost a game in the Champions League. I mean, what an achievement that is. You know, you get to the final not losing a game.
Yeah.
I mean, that's amazing.
Look, anything can happen. We've seen it. We've talked before when we're like, I didn't think that was going to happen. Or that's, you know. So Arsenal didn't concede a lot of goals. I said that again. It counts for something. You know, as you said, Jamie, you didn't lose in the Champions League, but you're playing the champion. You know, so it's, you know, I don't want to jinx anything. I don't want to talk too much about it. They have the experience of winning it. You don't, but you're going to have to at one point have that experience of winning it. I just hope it's going to happen now. But who knows? I don't want to talk too much. Let's see. I'm going to be nervous on the day, as you know. I don't usually get nervous, but it's a special one. So
stay in your lane.
No, this one I'll step out of mine and I'll be nervous.
Will you wear an Arsenal shirt underneath the shirt and just kind of?
Oh yeah.
That'd be a nice idea, wouldn't it?
Oh, but you know, like I said, like I would rather wear a tracksuit but you know, apparently if you don't wear a suit, people don't listen to you.
Would you rather come here in a tracksuit every week?
Hell yeah!
Oh wow!
Come on, like I always say, you don't go about it. It's about what you say, not what you wear. So if I could wear an Arsenal shirt, I will wear an Arsenal shirt. Yeah, that's for sure.
Could I do that?
Pete, can we arrange that?
Pete?
100%.
But I respect protocols.
Oh.
Big Meeks, you want to wear one as well?
You guys did already, by the way.
So close to reaching the Champions League final after what was such a brilliant tie over the 2 legs. What have you said to your players?
That I understand if they're disappointed, they will be. I think we gave everything. It was a game of details. I think we played 5 times now against PSG in the last 2 years. We won 2 times, they won 2 times, and then now was a draw. So it's just been that kind of game every single time. And then obviously we have to look at some of the phases that were decided as well by the officials across the 2 games, which it's never an excuse for everything, but it matters. And if you look at both legs, you know, probably too much went against us. But the guys gave everything and we tried against a fantastic PSG team.
You mentioned the officials. How aggrieved can you feel about the 2 handball incidents from the first half?
I think on the handball situation, I get the rules. So the very first one, it goes first to his body, then to his hand. It's close range. It hits his body first, then it bounces off to his hand. And they say that obviously because of the trajectory of the cross, that's why they gave a penalty. And then the second one, the hand is there in the air, he hits it, but because it's from his own teammate, then it's not a penalty. But if you look at both phases, a little bit of common sense, and it's just ridiculous. You know, whatever needs to happen, but it's ridiculous. And and that's it doesn't tell the whole game, but you know it's a one-goal game in the end. And then the second yellow card today in the first half, I thought he was giving it, and I felt he pulled out because he realised he'd already given him a yellow, and he didn't want to send him off for that, and he's turned it around to the other side and gave. I've seen it on a few angles. I don't see Konrad Laimer touch the ball with his hand. They say he did, so I don't know.
Compared to the first leg, what did PSG do differently in this second leg that made it more difficult for you to create more opportunities like in the first leg?
I think it was more difficult for both teams. I thought we did extremely well at bringing the ball in the dangerous areas, and I thought that they did extremely well at defending just the key areas of the box. You know, anytime we got one-on-one, we got past quite a lot. But on the cross or on the cutbacks, they were just extremely active. So a lot of very dangerous situations, they actually defended it extremely well. I thought we disrupted a lot of the pressing that they normally do. They weren't able to get to us as much as they've done in recent games. But obviously, it's a dangerous team, so you can never completely put them out of a tie. But at the same time, I felt we were in it as well. It's margins, it's details. Two great teams, and congratulations to them and good luck to them.
And just finally, I know it's really tough to take this right now, but how close do you feel this group are to winning the Champions League?
Yeah, it's tough, but it's. I understand that it's the hardest competition to win. I think on average, Bayern Munich are a great club, right? So one of the top 5 in the world. And still, it's on average once every 10 years. That's how difficult it is to win for even the very best. So I'm not in a mind frame where I put everything in question because we haven't. But the desire is to push for that extra step to get to the final, to win the trophy, and this opportunity is gone. But very soon we'll be back in the Champions League with another opportunity.
Vincent, thank you very much.
Haven't they?
Yeah, they have. I mean, obviously Arsenal have had the easier ride, if you like, but it's going to be some final at the end of the month. One for us all to look forward to. Two different styles. Both deserve to be there, you have to say that. But yeah, I think PSG are certainly going to be the favourites when it comes round.
PSG have been that team that have been trying to get over the line and have had their set of knockbacks as well. Now they are the experienced side going into the Champions League final because they've been there and done it just last season.
Yeah, I mean, they're the favourites. Obviously, we saw probably one of the best final performances we've ever seen last season in Munich, and obviously this season defensively they're exceptional as well when they need to be. But I think Arsenal, in a one-off game, if you can defend that well, set pieces are crucial. David Raya's a brilliant goalkeeper. I think they have the blueprint to go and to win the game, and I think they're peaking at the right time, which is super important in the Champions League. And I think Arsenal now, if they can win the Premier League, they'll have belief that they can cause an upset against PSG.
Steve, you said that might actually suit Arsenal being the underdogs. Why do you think that?
Yeah, because everyone expects PSG to maybe win it. If you look at tonight's performance, you look at them winning it last year, the players they've got, you would have to say that the bookies will probably make PSG favourites. And I think sometimes in big games it helps if you're the hunter, if there's a little bit of less pressure, a little bit of expectation on you. I think that might just help Arsenal. But Mikel Arteta's going to have to get a game plan and a blueprint to try and, win a game against that level of team we've just watched. I agree with Owen, it can happen. It's a possibility. But they're going to have a bit of luck. They're going to have to things for them to go their way on the night, because this PSG team, Laura, they're just so good everywhere. They're a team that have got very few weaknesses. I mean, I actually thought the keeper going in tonight could be a little bit of an opportunity for Bayern to try and exploit. I wasn't sure on the keeper, but his performance tonight was superb. Across the board, they were phenomenal. So Arsenal are going to have to be perfect on the night to get it done, and we'll have to wait and see.
We've always been saying, really, if this happens, Arsenal obviously the defensive team, PSG the attacking team, but PSG showed us tonight that they can defend really well as well.
Well, and I think that's how you win this trophy. We've seen Real Madrid, how many times have they won it kind of playing, defending really well and playing on the counter-attack? They're exceptional at it. You look at that graphic there, obviously PSG, they score more. But also with that defence, they make it exceptionally difficult. And I think obviously David Raya is crucial in that as well. And I do like Declan playing a little bit deeper. I think he's brilliant there. Credit Miles Lewis-Skelly, by the way. He's come in, barely played all season in midfield. I know he played there in the academy, but he's giving that team a little bit of energy, a bit of fearlessness. So I think they've got different ways of doing it. I think Mikel will be confident he can come up with a game plan to hurt PSG.
Also for Arsenal fans, Saka coming back and scoring that goal yesterday, and also Gyökeres in the last couple of games, feeling like he's coming into his own a bit, will be a huge boost.
Yeah, Saka's huge. You look at the Arsenal team, you think, well, how can it hurt this PSG team? And you'd have to say that he would be the go-to man, Saka. Gyökeres has got to get a bit of confidence, a bit of belief, and he's certainly come to the party in the last couple of weeks. But I think it's key they have Saka fit and available, try and get Martinelli, going in good form as well, because you're going to need that speed on the counter-attack at times. But Arsenal are going to need every single player to be at the very, very best to win that Champions League. I'd have to say that.
Let's have a little look at the Bayern side of things, because Harry Kane, who'd had a fairly quiet night, guys, eventually got his goal, but it wasn't until the 94th minute, just wasn't enough.
The goal was fantastic. Typical Harry Kane. They work it, from the side of the box. You can see Harry there, he's just trying to get into position. Little pass into his feet. Takes a touch with one foot, shifts it, and the finish is exquisite. But outside of that, he was very quiet. I think you've got to give credit to Pacho, who, marked him out of the game, really, Owen. You'd have to say he was fantastic. He was aggressive. I mean, there's that little shift there. And the finish into the roof of the net. Typical Harry Kane. I mean, we knew he would have had a mark on the game. We thought he might have done a little bit more. But I think it's credit to PSG and how they defended in that 1v1 with Pacho. He was immense all night.
Should we have a look at some of the chances as well for Bayern? Because they weren't clinical enough, but they did have a few.
Yeah, they just lacked a little bit of that, that end product. They've had it all season. They scored 100-odd goals in all competitions. The front three have been absolutely off the charts. But you look at some of the blocks PSG put in. I mean, the bodies that they put in front of it. And I think they got into some great positions. Good save from the goalkeeper there, but it just lacked. That was that free header towards the end of the first half. They just needed a bit of precision in one of those crucial moments. Obviously, Harry had it right at the end with a brilliant goal. But often we've seen from that Vincent Kompany team, they get in those positions, Steve, they're in the back of the net, aren't they? And they just didn't have that precision today.
Yeah, always find these kind of things as well when we have to go through handball moments and frustrating moments for Bayern Munich. A little bit difficult, but we will, because there were some big calls in this game. And we wondered whether the referee had a good game. Let's have a look at this one first. This was the Lima handball, which nobody really saw apart from the linesman there. And it prevents the next handball for Mendes, which if that had been given, he'd have been sent off.
Yeah, I think they're both handballs. I think you've got to give credit to the linesman and the officials. There was one angle of this shot where it looked like it hits his chest, but from that angle that we're looking at right now, it's a clear handball, which obviously saves Mendes, because his was a blatant handball as well. From there, it looks like a chest.
Yeah.
But from the other side, the other camera angle, it is an handball. So it's great officiating. And you'd have to say, over the course, we don't give referees enough credit, I don't think. Yeah. I thought they were excellent, and they normally are at this level, at this stage of the competition. So credit to the officials.
Yeah. And then 2 minutes later, there was another handball that a contentious shout we were looking at. Listen, the reason why this one against João Neves wasn't given is because it came off Vitinha. And in the laws of this game, if it comes off your teammate, unless it goes in the goal, that means it's not a handball.
Well, I'll tell you what, none of the Bayern players knew that rule, and Vincent Kompany didn't know it.
Neither did I, so I'll put my hand up as well.
Harry didn't know it either, and he's been playing quite a long time.
But unfortunately, those are the rules. That's why we just got to clear that one up. Let's look at Bayern on a whole then, in the context of where it leaves them. Because look, they've already won the league. They go again in the cup, and they'll go again next year in the Champions League as well. We talk about how well PSG are placed. How well are Bayern placed?
Exceptionally well. I mean, they're just a brilliant team to watch. They play brilliant football, attacking possession. They press, they create chances, but they came up against a brilliant team today. We've seen PSG. They're not the PSG of old where they can't defend. They don't track back. They carry three players. They don't have any passengers in this team. In the first leg, they showed their brilliant attacking side, scored 5. And then today they said, go on then, we'll keep a clean sheet, or we can defend exceptionally well. And I just think that's the makeup of a brilliant team. You think about the teams that have won this trophy over the years, the last decade. You have to be able to attack, but you have to be able to defend in a knockout tie like this. And they put on, for virtually 95 minutes, a masterclass on how to defend against virtually one of the best attacking teams we've seen in the Champions League.
This could be a difficult club to come to in terms of Bayern Munich's political backgrounds and how the hierarchy interacts with the management. But Vincent Kompany seems to be handling it very well.
He's been brilliant, and I think the hierarchy, they've recruited a young coach with unbelievable potential, and they'll support him through this. He'll come back. I'm sure he'll be disappointed like the Bayern players and fans will be, but they'll come back. They've got that much talent. They recruit extremely well. There was one thing tonight when I looked at both teams, especially when the game was going on, it was getting to the latter stages, and you're looking down thinking, well, what changes is he going to make? With all due respect, I didn't think he had many big options to go to from the bench. You look at PSG, they go to Barcola. You know, Hakimi's not here tonight, so Ziyad Emery plays. They've got 14, 15 real top Champions League players. I think the next level for Bayern Munich is, can we get a stronger bench? So, for example, if you're trailing by a goal and it's not working, if you take Harry Kane off, can you replace him with that level of same player? Or can you go to another winger to try and inject, to try and change the outcome of the game? Because I don't really think he had that much behind him. He had good players behind him, but I'm not sure he had the level of players that are going to change a game of this magnitude.
That man, Luis Enrique, who, look, we will go through the game, but really just a word on Luis Enrique and what a job he's done.
Incredible. A couple of years back, had a lot of star names in his team, a lot of prima donnas, I say that respectfully.
Egos.
Egos, you know, players that don't really want to roll the sleeves up and run hard for the team. They only really want to play in possession. Owen will tell you, this guy doesn't have it. He pushed them all aside. He brought a load of young kids through. He recruited extremely well, and he's built a team on a lot of real good principles and values. And this team potentially could dominate for years to come. They're that good.
Let's have a little look at the goal, the early goal for Dembele. And you love the build-up play in this, especially with the one-touch football.
Yeah, I mean, it's brilliant. Obviously, they're brilliant on the ball. They're very good on the ball. Straight pass. That ball from Kvaratskhelia is fabulous. When you play first time, you can't press this. Watch the one here from Maurice. That is exceptional. There's space in Bianca's Bayern press, and this is how they transition. Dembele does so great, and then checks his little run, sits in that little pocket. But the quality of the ball from Kvaratskhelia and the quality of the finish are what makes this. These guys are so efficient, but I think Luis Enrique knew Bayern were going to come press. Vincent Kompany said it to me yesterday. We're going to be aggressive. We're going to go press. When you go press, what happens? If these guys play first time, you can't press it. So basically that little set from Kvaratskhelia and the one from Reece, and you're in. And it's actually brilliant because he knows Upamecano goes, Lima goes. But Stevie, the quality of the pass and the finish is exceptional.
It was 3 quality passes. The layoff with the outside of the boot first time to Fabian Ruiz, and then the pass into space, the weight. And then when he gets there, you've got to look up, you've got to find your man. It was a training ground move. It was a pattern of play that they've obviously worked on against that high press. Phenomenal goal.
How difficult for Bayern to deal with that it happened 3 minutes into the game?
The problem is just the quality of the players lower. The guys are too good, and you can't. Everybody wants to press, which is fine. But I think Luis Enrique said, guys, when they're pressing, don't hold on to the ball. If you take a touch, we're going to turn it over. So what happens? Set it, play it first time, and play in behind because they're going to come. We know they're coming. They came in the first second. They came here. If you play first time and you set it and you spin the spaces in behind, he did it brilliantly. It's great coaching. It's great. I just think they adapted the way they played from the first leg. They weren't so open in transitions. Today they defended a little bit deeper and hit Bayern on the counter.
Stevie, Fabian Ruiz was out for a number of months with an injury. He's been back for about 5 or 6 games, played in this game tonight. How key is he going to be in midfield against Arsenal?
He looked like he'd never been away. His experience, his quality, his class, it was a phenomenal performance. You could see him gas out a little bit at the end. But you know what he done, what was really impressive tonight, and it came from the manager. You could see the instruction come from Luis Enrique. Nuno Mendes got a yellow card early on, and Elise was giving him a few problems early on in the game, and he just told him to sit and protect and help Nuno Mendes, and he'd done it with so much experience and class. He was there all the time. He makes this team tick. I think he's one of the older heads, one of the leaders in the dressing room and the team. For him to not play so many minutes of late and come in and put that level of performance in, it just shows his importance to the team and Spain going into the World Cup. For me, he has to be in the team somehow in the final. I'm not sure whether he will be because Hakimi will come back in. So the manager's got a really difficult decision whether it's Zaire Emre who plays, or whether it's Fabian Ruiz. I personally would go with Fabian Ruiz.
Do you know, I think that's a great point, Stevie, because Zaire Emery, I think he's had the most starts, played the most minutes of any PSG player. But actually, if you think about the size of Arsenal and set pieces and the dominance that they have there, you could see Ruiz playing. He's a brilliant ball player and he's so calm, he's experienced. But actually, his size gives them something that they'll desperately need, I think, on set pieces.
One of the first names on the team sheet is probably going to be Kvaratskhelia. We've been waiting all night just to have a little look at what he was doing this evening. It doesn't matter what occasion it is, he just seems to produce.
We've got a 22-minute run of Kvaratskhelia from today. I mean, how good is this guy? Running forward, he's got power. Look at him get his head up. Quality of the pass, but every time he touched the ball, he was positive running forward. And Stevie, I can't remember, he rarely ever wastes the ball, does he? He plays with risk, but he doesn't waste the ball. It's remarkable.
He just never turns it over. I mean, the job he does for his team out of possession, you've got to give him a special mention for that, because he grafts, he works, he fights. But when he's got the ball at his feet, the game just changes. He lights the game up. He can go both ways. His control, his balance. He's so aggressive. But he also, there's always an outcome. There's always an outcome. He's never wasteful. I mean, this would have put the icing on the cake. It would have been a man of the match performance. I think I would have given it to Pacho, over the game. But if he'd have scored that goal, he probably would have got my man of the match.
Do you know what I like about him as well? He doesn't really do tricks. Everything's very functional, isn't it? The chops, he changes direction, and then he uses that change in direction. But it's not silly tricks just for nothing. It always has a function, and it's exceptional to see. Great example for young players.
Yeah, because we don't get to appreciate the art of dribbling that much in today's games. And like you were saying, you almost make something happen out of seemingly nothing.
There's a lot of dribblers that dribble for the sake of dribbling. But for me, if you're going to dribble, there's got to be an outcome. What are you going to do? Is it going to be a cross? Is it going to be a shot? Is it going to be a bit of combination play? But if you're an attacking player, you've got to be watching these four wingers that were on the pitch tonight. He was the best out of the four. But if you think of Doué, some of the runs and bursts from inside his own box, this is a 19-year-old kid. So powerful, so dynamic. They've got energy, they've got quality. You could speak about them all night, and that's without mentioning Diaz and Elise. Yeah. If you're a winger, a young winger, or you've got ambitions or dreams of being a top elite winger, watch these four tonight. It was absolutely frightening.
We asked the question before the game kicked off about this balance between control or chaos and what we would get. And Luis Enrique went a little bit more for control today, and it paid off for him.
But I think that's how you win the Champions League. You don't win it with, getting mad open in kind of. You have to defend your box well. And I think when you have it, Stevie made a good point before the game. You've got a goal advantage. They can afford to play a little bit deeper. Everybody's behind the ball. For these brilliant attacking players, every one of these players is a 50, 60, 70, 80, 90 million pound player, but they put a shift in for the team. Everybody defended when they needed to. And you know what? There was no space. No matter how good you are, whether you're Diaz or Kane or Elise, if there's no space, you can't find anything. They couldn't manufacture anything because it wasn't there. And that disciplined PSG were as a group.
Yeah, and it comes from the side. I think you said it on the top of the programme. The respect that these players have got for Luis Enrique, they believe in him. They've got a leader. They want to follow his instructions, his game plan and his tactics. And over the two legs, he's got it spot on. You'd have to say that, because he's gone toe-to-toe with Bayern Munich in the first game, and he's gone for the shootout. And he's won that by, scoring the extra goal. And what he's done over the course of the 8 days that have followed, he's realised that he's going to have to control the game in a different way. And they've controlled it from a defensive point of view by grit, by determination. I mean, that image sums up PSG. They celebrated the hard work and the tackles and the last-ditch stuff like it was a goal.
How good is that?
And that's the sign of a team.
How good is that? A Ballon d'Or winner celebrating a tackle.
Yeah.
And Kvaratskhelia, obviously,
Owen, isn't it?
Yeah. They're a proper team. But you know what I like? I like the fact they've adapted from what they used to be. They used to have all these star players, and it was about getting on the ball.
He's the star.
He's the star, yeah.
He's the star.
To be fair, the sport director's pretty good too.
And the owner.
And the
got a few. Very cool. Love that. David, the next time we're going to see you is Budapest.
Yep.
Fisher, we hope next season or whenever. You're always welcome. You're just always welcome.
But
yeah,
Jamie
we love you.
Jamie did after the game, the first leg, you would say, I think Bayern has a bit of an advantage, right? I remember, or no?
No, that was probably Micah.
Sorry, that was Micah.
If you don't blame me.
Yeah, it was Micah. That's right. Sorry, it was Micah's
Anyway, we've got to get Beckham off game.
Yes, we do.
Why is the team over there going crazy?
Oh, no, but can somebody take a picture?
Yeah, I'll take a picture. Hold on.
Thanks. Okay.
Let me take a picture.
Anyway, thanks.
We'll get a picture of you and TT for the wife. Come on.
Yeah.
So no, let me get up.
Oh, sorry.
Where are we doing it?
Yeah, great.
Yes. Jamie, you take us to break whilst I'm doing this. Hold on, I want the chair out.
All right, thank you.
Here we
We're
go.
just doing this on air now?
Oh, there's no
very under
pressure.
pressure considering it's
Make
wait a
sure you
second.
join us after the break. It can't be better than what we've just had right now because Mr. Beckham's
Cheese.
leaving.
Yes.
This legend on our right is leaving as well, but it'll just
Thank
be
you.
Big Meeks is back. So
appreciate
make
it.
sure you come back. We'll have interviews from a great game. Big Uncle Pete will be back as well. Don't go anywhere.